Hello guys, my name is Alberto Tupiño Vélez, and on this video I will be showing how to set up the rulers in the background. Most of you guys have noticed the rulers that I have on the left and bottom sides of my canvas. This is just a simple background image that I have on a different layer here on ZBrush. Right now you may see that my display is a little bit different than usual. That is because I am currently using a smaller tablet, one that I had to get to be able to work on the move. So right now I'm taking this time to create another background that better fits this smaller display. At the moment I am using my normal background. It is only because of this smaller screen that you cannot see the rulers, but if I actually move my canvas, you will see that the rulers are off screen. So what I'm gonna have to do is to make this document a lot smaller to fit the screen. In that case, we're going to start by creating our new background image. So first we need to take a screenshot of this. So I'm gonna do that by clicking Windows, Shift and S. Then I'm going to select here on window and click on my window that I want to take a snapshot. Now we go over to Photoshop. We click on new file, and now here we can see on recent items that we have our latest snapshot with the right size. So we click on create. So this will be our document size in ZBrush. Now we have to make sure that we display this on the actual pixels. So right now we can paste our snapshot, then go over here and click on 100%. This will show the actual pictures of our document. Now we have to make sure we are on a correct metric system here in Photoshop. So to do that, we go over to edit, preferences, then we select units and rulers, and here we make sure on units we have selected centimeters. That's what I'm gonna be using. Then we go over to guides and grids, and in here we are going to be changing this value because we're going to be using grids as a reference. So this value over here is going to give our correct spacing in Photoshop. So right now what we need to do is to display our grids, and to do that we go to view, show, and select grid. This is our grid, and now what we have to do is bring our actual ruler and lay it against the screen and start to match the ruler with the grid here. So right now we go over to preferences again, we open the guides menu, and we start to modify this value until we match the ruler we have on the screen. So right now I'm just going to change the value here, and as you can see, it's just going to be just small changes. until it matches completely with my ruler here. At the end, in my case, is going to be a value of 2.575. So at the end, what we're going to have is every 2 squares is going to represent 1 centimeter. So right now I'm going to use the guides as a reference to start drawing my ruler. And to start our ruler, we're going to create a new layer, and we are going to draw our ruler here. Actually, it's just going to be one line. So we make sure we pick up a bright color, and we start to create a line. Now this line, we are going to duplicate it and match it with the line next to it. And to make sure that everything aligns, we have to have snap activated. To do that, we have to go to view, make sure snap is activated, and also the snap to grids is activated as well. Now I'm gonna hide my grid, and what I'm going to do is to align my ruler with this frame that appears on Zbrush. I'm also going to group these lines in a folder to make them easier to handle. Then I'm going to duplicate this folder. I will rotate it and place it on the left side of my canvas. Now actually what I'm going to do now is to scale these to make them a little bit shorter. Now here you can do whatever you like. For now I just marked every centimeter. You can also make it look more like a ruler with millimeters, but just for the sake of this tutorial I just keep it simple. Now what you could do is also add some labeling. So I'm going to add the numbers, and at the end I will just add a fill layer with a solid color. And there you have it. This will be our background image that we should include in our Zbrush document. So we are going to save this document. We're gonna name it smaller background and click save. So from now on we go ahead and move back to Zbrush. Now back on Zbrush, to clear our canvas, we need to click T to drop our 3D mesh. We switch. We clear our canvas by clicking Ctrl N. Now I'm gonna zoom out to show you guys the previous background image that I had. And now what we need to do is to scale this document down to our correct resolution to make it the same size as our new background image. So we go over to Photoshop again and we check on the size of the image, 1923 by 1083. Now on Zbrush we go to document and we type in those values. We click resize, then yes, And now our document is the correct scale as our background image. Now we go to layer. As you can see, I have two layers here. In layer number 2, I have my background image, and in layer number 1, I have it cleared, and this is where I sculpt. So I select layer 2. In here, we're going to import our new background image. But first, we make sure we select on material a flat color. Otherwise, when we import a new picture, it will add some shading to it, and we don't want that. So we select the flat color, then we go over to document, then click import. We select our new background, then we select back layer 1, then we move back to document and select save as a startup document. Now every time we open ZBrush, it should load our background image. Now what I'm going to do is click here on actual pixels, and well, as you can see, it is not matching with what we had in Photoshop. And the main issue here is that we changed our document size after we created our background image. So to avoid this, what you should do is change your document size in ZBrush before grabbing a screenshot of the window. But don't worry, a quick fix to this is just to grab another screenshot as it is and use this as a reference to shift the ruler in Photoshop. So let's grab a screenshot. Now we go over back to Photoshop and we paste our new screenshot. We decrease the fill so we can see clearly. Now what we have to do is move this layer to match with our rulers here in the Photoshop document. Something like this. Now we can use this image as a reference, and we can see that the frame has shifted. So all we have to do is to move our ruler and match it to the new position of the frame in ZBrush. So we save this, then we go back to ZBrush, and to avoid confusion, I'm just going to layer, then I'm going to delete both layers, and then I'm gonna create again a new layer. I will select layer 2, make sure to select the flat color before importing, then go back to layer 1, add document, save as a startup document, and now it should work. So let's check actual pixels, and there you go. Everything is positioned correctly. So now you can sculpt and you can clear your canvas without losing your background image. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that for some reason the transparency feature doesn't work. while there are other layers active. Um, so that's the only thing that you, you lose. But if you want to gain that again, you just have to delete a layer and then you get that back. So thank you guys for your time. I hope you found this information useful, and I will see you again on another tutorial soon, hopefully. So thank you guys, and see you on the next one.